Well, I hope he didn't go outside. That traffic out there will kill him.
JB, are you in here? Where are you?
JB, are you in here? JB, where are you? JB! God, it's terrible. Hello, everybody, and welcome into another new Steve Henry show. Can you believe what you're looking at here? This is going to take some explanation. Hello, everybody. It's good to see you all in the waiting room. Make some room. Come on, Yenny, move over. There you go. John Veneturani is in the house. You know how I is my names. I got that. Elizabeth Gerardo. Hello. Good to see you. April's here. Hello, April from Tucson. You're there. Aurelia. Oh, you guys are beautiful. I love you guys, and I look forward to this show. This week on this show, anything can happen. We are literally sitting on a domino theory, okay? What does that mean? Well, look at this. We are going to start off with the prop, because I believe we are a cooking show, but we are going to start putting some new stuff and introducing some new things. This prop is, I want you, loved ones, to be able to do this at your house. Have a Halloween party, have a pumpkin party, whatever. Blackened chicken fettuccine Alfredo, a perfect entree because of the color and just the time of year and everything. It bodes well for what we're doing. So we're going to do a blackened chicken fettuccine Alfredo, homemade fettuccine pasta. We're going to douse that chicken, believe this, with some honey water from Dell and Ophelia's honey farm. A bee farm? What kind of farm? They brought some honey over, and I want you to know this right here is, you've never had honey until you've tasted Del Maverick's honey. We have actually, and I apologize for this, Del and Ophelia, and Shelby, diluted this with a little spring water. But what we do, we take our chicken and we just spray it up into the air. No, not really. We put it on the chicken, and that actually puts a coat, if you will, of an invitation for seasoning. And then we put the blackened seasoning on top of that and stir it all together, pan-sear it so it gets nice and black. But the flavor of this honey, yeah, we're not doing the honey justice because you can literally drink that honey. By the way, Dale, I gave a teaspoon, yes, away to a young child here. I said, no, don't, just take a little bit. He had a sugar high. He was bouncing in the backseat of his mom's car for about 30 minutes. I want you to know, I held you responsible for that too, by the way. That was some real natural sugar, but that was awesome. I appreciate you coming by, but we did put that to use this week in the honey water. All right, so what do we have here? Well, we know we have JB on the run. Somebody has taken my dog, not happy about it, been looking all week for JB, and the best thing that they could come up with is some kind of an imposter. If you would put him into motion, this is not, I repeat, not JB in any way, shape, or form. This is some imposter. But this is what Guido, we do have somebody in custody. Guido here is in custody. JB, that's not you. I know it's not you. Yeah, see, he's not happy. That is the worst imposter I've ever seen. But anyways, this man is in custody. We have literally put him into a mold, if you will, a transfusional mode. He has undergone quite a bit of pain, if you will. This is what I'm going to do to the guy or persons responsible for the apprehension of my dog. So I just want this to go out on the airwaves. You see the posters everywhere? Yeah, this is a big problem. This is what I'm going to do if apprehended to the people responsible for the abduction of my dog. Guido is no longer with us, as you can tell, but we are barely keeping him alive. If you saw the Hannibal Lecter series, yeah, I can lift we can have actually, yeah, there's a name for that. It's brains, but there's a name for that, a French entree that you can actually serve and have fresh brains at the dinner table. That's what we're gonna do because we're not happy. All right, so what have we got here? Well, we've started with 2 pumpkins. We've wedged them together, and we literally have built a pumpkin patch. This is a pumpkin patch, if you will. The leaves, the foliage, everything, and you can see how sturdy not it is. but we are literally going to cook the entree today on this pumpkin patch. It's a live, real pumpkin patch. It's alive, it's real. And so, again, the takeaway from this cooking show, entertainment show, giveaway show, whatever show, is that you, I hope, will be able to do this for your guests. Have 6 people over, have 20 people over, and have a pumpkin party. What are we serving? Well, blackened chicken fettuccine Alfredo, and we're going to do it in a way you've never seen before. It's that wow effect, loved ones. So that's what we're doing today. We have the ingredients. You've got 3 pumpkins up here, the fresh garlic, we've got the butter, we've got the nutmeg. This is a human heart, a real heart, okay? Not really, it's a red bell pepper, but that has undergone a blood loss of its own, keeping this man alive until we can determine whether or not he's guilty or not. So we have a reward out for JB, 299-LOVE, that's LOVE 5683. If JB is seen, for you that live locally here, the balloons have been washed away pretty much all week. Yeah, that's the sad news here locally. We've had rain. How often do we get rain here? Not very often. Well, we've had rain every day. So the ballooners are back in their hotel room. They say alcohol sales are way up. Yeah, and all that good stuff. Not a good time for the ballooners. But, and did they have anything to do with the apprehension of JB? I don't know, but we're going to find out. I do understand this is a 2-part series. And so next week, we will find out about what happened to JB, and hopefully that'll be solved. It is the Pumpkin Halloween Part 1 series today. Part 2 next week will be a pumpkin, more of a pumpkin crepe. It's going to be kind of cool, a dessert, if you will. So, how do we make fettuccine Alfredo blackened chicken style? Well, as I said, we start with fresh chicken, and this is a fresh chicken. Now, here's the secret to the chicken. You could take raw chicken and cut it up and saute it, as I just described, in a skillet, and get a tough, bouncy, chewy type of chicken. Not real good if you're going to incorporate that with a pasta or a rice or something of that nature. What you want to do is you want to stew, simmer, or prepare the chicken in a crock or a stock pot. You want to reduce it down. Basically what we're looking for is a shredded chicken, And the reason for that is when this is cooked and it is incorporated with your pasta, you are literally going to have that melt in your mouth. It's not going to be chewy like a piece of rubber that sauteed chicken naturally is when you saute chicken. It's just what it is. And so the shredded chicken is what we start with. Now, we take the beehive from Dell and Ophelia's, yeah, I wish. Unfortunately, you're probably stuck with store-bought honey, which is a huge difference, by the way, so I'm told. You would literally take this chicken and you would literally just go ahead and spray your honey water onto it. Now, what does that do? Well, that basically provides a coating for the next step. The next step being the red crust seasoning. Now, you can make this as hot as you want. You can make it as black as you want. But the flavor from the shredded chicken, the honey water, now the honey water is going to stick or allow the stickage. Is that a word? Is that a word? Did I ask you that? It's a word. It's a word. Stickage is a word. So we apply the seasoning so it is going to be stickage onto the chicken. Now, again, this is all for the perfect fettuccine blackened chicken Alfredo. You don't want anybody to have an experience like this at your table and walk away out to their car saying, you know, it was a great meal, but you don't want that because the chicken was chewy or bouncy. Again, reiteration. Is that a word? Reiteration? It's a word. Reiteration. Shredded chicken is where we want to go. Okay, so we've got that established. Now, I want to bring the cameras around here because the backside of this ensemble is amazing. By the way, you've got about 10 minutes to get your name into the spinner. What's the spinner all about? Well, if you participate in the show, the live show, which is on Saturdays, 4 o'clock Mountain Time, if you participate in the show, your name goes into a spin, and we spin, and we have the spinner back here. This spinner today is going to give away a car eventually and lunch with Steve, maybe a couple of those, and some money. We mail out some checks, and we're accumulating right now names for both the car and the lunch with Steve. So you'll see at the end of the show. So if you are here today, Steve, I'm here, that puts your name at the spin. Shanna, Bodana, Fee, Fi. Yeah, she'll bring the spinner to me about 4:25, and we'll spin some names out and hopefully give away some money, put some people into that spin for the car. And what kind of car? Well, I promised Yenny, that 1974 Ford Pinto. Anyways, yeah, you're going to come back here. We've got, and I get talking, I get excited because this is what I live for. Your show, loved ones. All right, so check this out. This is the two-headed pumpkin from the backside. You see the burner. The burner is literally ensconced into the pumpkin. You've got a trap door. Yeah, it's Halloween spooky. It's stuff that's crazy. We have a trap door. Check out the trap. What's in the trap door? The pasta. My God, he has stuffed the pasta in the pumpkin with the trap door and a pumpkin candy bit. Oh my God, is that not, whoop, we gotta hold that there. Don't bring the whole thing down there, Steve-O. You see that? And then that just opens up. So that is where we stash the pasta. I don't know, we got cameras everywhere. I'm looking for cameras. Anyways, that is where we get the pasta. All right, so we start with a burner and we've got the skilletto, okay? So the skilletto, we're gonna go ahead and light this bad boy. Now, I promise you a successful, did I say successful? Yes, a successful outcome. Now, and I only say that only because I've never done this before. This is a first. This stuff comes to me from God knows where, and I implement it. So we put the skillet on the burner, like so, and you can see how flimsy that is. Not very good, but good enough. We start with some boudoir, some fresh boudoir. That's butter, okay? We're gonna put the butter in the skillet. Look, that comes out of a pumpkin. Is that not cool? How about some fresh garlic? We gotta have some fresh garlic. We use garlic paste here. The reason for that is this is a smoother blend. You can get that in a tube at your favorite market. So we're going to just swirl that around. Now, what else do we need here? We need cream, right? Cream. I'm gonna hold that. I don't have to hold that. You can see the balance. It is perfectly balanced, just perfect, because you do not want your experience to be handheld. You want to show your guests that, hey, look, I can do this without hand holding it. And you literally can. See that? Da-da-da-da-da. How close is my hand to the skillet? Pretty close. But nonetheless, that is how we go. So we're rolling this way. We're going to get the butter pretty hot with the garlic. They're going to incorporate, and this is a very simple item to make. Anybody can make this. Young Shelby, you could make this. It's very simple. The butter is starting to incorporate a little bit with the garlic paste. And again, I'm keeping a vigilant eye on everything, but look at this. This is not cool. This is literally a pumpkin patch, homemade, and we are just literally going to make an entree, and your guests are going to go, wow, what in the world? Yeah, it's going to be so cool. All right, so at this juncture, we're going to reach into our trap door, and we're going to pull out our noodles, our pasta, okay? Now, again, what did we do here? We made homemade pasta. That's right. We have a pasta machine back here where we literally made the pasta ahead of time. This is that fresh homemade pasta. That's going to go up on here, and we're going to just kind of put that on the heavy side of the skillet there for balancing. And then what else do we need? Well, we need some seasoning. That is the Steve Henry Show seasoning. What is that, Steve? Well, it's the nutmeg and the 4 and 5 different ingredients that we put. We'll reveal that testimony in a cookbook coming soon. So again, we're going to stir that pasta up a little bit with some noodles. Let's go back to the trap door and grab a few more noodles. All right, because we want to put a nice dish together. Now, wait till you see the outcome of this entree when it hits the plate. The colors today obviously are orange and, say it, black. That's right, orange and black. So we're gonna saute that together. Okay, so we got the butter, we got the garlic, and we got the special seasonings. Now, what else do we need in order to get this going? Well, the chicken, that's right, but we have cream. Now, where would the cream come from? Well, if we could bring a camera back here, I will show you where the cream comes from. It literally is going to come out of a spigot right here into, you'll see that happen right there, out of that spigot. I went ahead of time, because I had, we have time constraints here, but I went ahead of time. But that spigot is where you would house your cream. And of course, that's for decoration only, of course, but that's, you get the gist of the gist. All right, now that pasta is going to cook up nicely here. At this juncture, you want to probably keep your one hand on the wheel, as you will, as you're driving down the road here at 45 miles an hour. We're going to put a little bit of nutmeg into that as well. Nutmeg is an awesome seasoning, or a spice, if you will, for your fettuccine Alfredo. It just puts an accentuated flavor that's just amazing. All right, so again, we're just going to saute this together. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Okay, so you've got your heavy cream. That is heavy cream, by the way. It comes out of the spigot from the pumpkin patch itself. And it's going to reduce, so we got the butter, the garlic, the nutmeg, the Henry seasoning, and the pasta along with the heavy cream. We're going to put a little bit of Parmesan cheese in there now. This is fresh grated Parmesan cheese. That's just going to help thicken things up a little bit and give it a little flavor. And we'll add the chicken, we'll incorporate this all together, and we'll put it onto a platter to serve like you've never seen before. Now, is this not cool? You are literally seeing this on, and then the blood transfusion. This guy is officially dead. He died at 2:54 Mountain Time this day for the abduction or the suspicion abduction of my good dog, JB. People may be asking where Moses is. Moses is under the weather, yes. If we can say maybe perhaps a little prayer for my dog, Mo. Fawn gave him a haircut here recently, and I don't know if that's it. Every time he gets a haircut, he seems to go weird. But yeah, he's under the weather, and so I didn't bring him today. So anyways, here we are thickening this cream. It takes a little while, loved ones, but you can get the gist of this. This is going to tighten down nicely. We're going to add a little bit of the prepared chicken, which I have here. That prepared chicken, again, is nothing more than the sugar water or the honey water that we use. This is a moderate version blackened chicken fettuccine Alfredo. I say moderate only because the spice content is not real hot. Now, of course, if your guests are those of the spicy nature, you can certainly put as much spice in that as you want and blacken it. This is lightly blackened. Again, that honey water puts the coat down, and from there you have a wonderful reduction. Okay, this is just coming together beautifully. Time for a little more cheese. You can never have enough cheese. I smell something burning, but it's only the PVC. Yes, there is a little PVC involved. That is not edible. You're right. You're right. You're right. Who got that, Mac? Did you get that, Mac? Somebody figure that out. All right, so we are literally going to let this reduce down, and then I'm going to show you the presentation. Then we're going to spin, baby, for some fun today. But again, this is, oh my God, this is just getting together so nicely. The color, oh my Lord have mercy, this is beautiful. And the flavor, once it's all together, again, the secret to that chicken is the shredded chicken versus that rubber. All right, so this is reducing down extremely nicely. We're going to tighten this up here in just a moment. Is everybody ready for spin, 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 baby? Oh my God, Reina Mondragon is here. Lena, hello, Lena, good to see you. Yenny, move that chair, Yenny. Becky Evans. Oh, thank you for the wish from Mo. Super Dud, is that how many pumpkins? Yes, we do have a pumpkin contest. For those that watched the Wednesday video, we don't do a Saturday video anymore, only because it's too much. It's too much. I think you guys are pretty smart. You got the gist of the show now. The gist of the show is to have about 100 people or so, a little less, a little more, whatever, invite themselves into the live. The rest of it goes basically on a platform for viewers to watch the live show, which this is, and basically participate in the live show. There's almost about 4,000 to 5,000 people that watch that abroad, obviously at a different timetable than you get to. And so they participate by viewing only. They make a few comments. I get a separate comment section from them, but that is how we're really growing the numbers up to and you see the view count is somewhere in the 4,000 and 5,000 over a period of 4 or 5 days. That's how long it takes in some of those markets. It's Sunday morning, I think, in the Philippines right now, and they're asleep. So, and we have quite a few people there. Okay, now this is tightened up enough to go. We're going to add the last little bit of cheese to it. And, oh my Lord have mercy. Somebody said, you want spice? Somebody said spice? Okay, we'll put it, and you can do that separately too. You don't have to actually always put that on the chicken. Okay, so now what we have here, do you understand what we have here? A pumpkin patch that is literally, you could put this on the trunk of your car in Bangladesh and still have a wonderful meal. All right, so here we go. We are literally going to turn this off. We're going to now serve this beautiful fettuccine blackened chicken Alfredo onto a platter. Now, normally I would not, repeat, not put this on a platter because we like to have everything non-edible, or edible, I should say, when we present something. So in other words, you would be eating this off something like tortware or whatever. But what I'm doing now is I'm literally going to decorate this in the Halloween ambiance that you would find at your local artiste area. So now what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to put that here and show you the finished product here. Now I'm going to probably hold that and just spread that out just a little tad, but here's what you have. Is that not beautiful? That is your orange and black. What is the orange? Well, it's the orange bell pepper, and the black is olive. It's a minced or finely chopped rendition of that, and I'd hold that there, trusting that it would stay in place, but you know how that goes these days. But I'm going to just literally show you. Now, you could put some greenery on that if you want to do some parsley, but there is your blackened chicken Fettuccine Alfredo. And I assure you, loved ones, this will be the best Alfredo they put to their lips. All prepared here live from the pumpkin patch. Now, that is, I'll put the plate maybe on there so you can get a good view of that. Again, you can serve that with some garlic bread or something. But there is your, oh my God, isn't that not beautiful? And the colors, it's Halloween. So this is your pumpkin party entree number 1, part 1. Next week, we're going to do some crepes and literally some pumpkin, shaved, roasted pumpkin crepes. Oh, they're going to be just delicious. And we're going to make our crepes from scratch, as we always do. All right, so that is your entree today. We're going to invite the spinner in here in just a moment, because that is our next move here. We want to thank Dell for the honey, and that was a wonderful, 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 wonderful gift the other day. So we're going to spin, and again, if you're new to the show or you're new to this portion of the show, if you participated and said, hey, look, I'm here, what that is going to do is going to put you into the spinner. And we have right now at stake prior to Christmas. Thank you, Mr. Teeter. Mr. Teeter, thank you, sir. Prior to Christmas, we have the car and the Lunch with Steve giveaway. Now, I want to do this, like I said, prior to Christmas. Wouldn't that not be just the most amazing Christmas present for me to pull up into your driveway and drop off a 74 Pinto just in time for Christmas? Or lunch, weather permitting, we will fly into your location at least once or twice during the month of December and have lunch. And trust me, when you have lunch with Steve Henry, you have lunch, okay? So we're going to have some good time. You want to allow about 3 hours. Just tell the boss, hey, boss, I probably won't be back to work that day. All right, so we are literally going to spin away here. And when we spin, basically, that's just spin some names. We're going to grab a handful. This is kind of the fun part of the show. There we go. All right, it's bad. Look at that. All right, so we've got a ton of names. I'm just going to literally grab a handful of names. That's what we do here. And as I have a name in my hand, I will announce that winner. And what have you won? Well, we're going to go to the spinner and spin, and you'll find out. The first person, Lena G. That's up there, Moses Lake, Washington. And you know, I know all of you pretty well by now. I watch the comments, and please continue the comments. How do you get involved with this show? How do you progress with this show? Because it is your show. You get the email blast on Wednesday. Open that blast up, because it's very important that you make a comment on that. I read each and every one of those, and it goes into a certain database, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason for everything. Lena G, you are up first. We're going to go over to the spin board here, and we are going to spin you, baby, and that's going to go around 3 or 4 times, and you, Lena G, is going to be, oh, God, I hate when that happens. It's right on the rim, Jim. You know what? I'm going to give you a choice. Lena, right now in the comments section, I know you're there because I see you. You have a chance to go into the $100. You can get a check for $100. I could write that out right now. Or you can go with Lunch with Steve. That's kind of, I'm not putting you on the spot, loved one, but I just hate the middle rim here. I'm going to do something about that. We got to put a toothpick in there. But Lena G, before the show is over, I need to know, do you want $100, a loved one, or would you rather have Lunch with Steve? Next up on the board, Roxanne T. Roxanne T. What have you won, Roxanne? Here you go. We're going to spin that around 1, 2, 3 times. Roxanne T has got $100. That's $100. You got $100, Roxanne T. Congratulations. Yay, Roxanne T. Next up, boy, all these women. What's up with the girls today? Nikki Acosta. Or Acosta. Again, forgive me for my name. I'm not very good at that. Nikki, you have won before, too. It's good to see people win. I like to see all the new people win, too. But you people, I want to help out. And that's what, again, this show is all about. These are tough times, crazy times, weird times, whatever times. I've been around 62 years. I've never seen anything like this. And what they're telling me, I'm plugged in pretty well in the economist-type conversations here and there. It's not going to get much better. It could get worse. So we got to brace ourselves. But in any way that this show can assist in that process, we are going to do that. And by giving away what we can. When we hit those numbers abroad and we get up into the 50,000, 100,000 views, that's when we really start snowballing, and you'll see some big money come, and all that money's going to come back to you. It's your show. Next up, another woman. No! Angela J. Baker. What's J stand for? Jippin' me, baby. Angela, but I love you, Angela, but it's not that. It's, come on, guys, what's up? Here we go. Angela Baker. We're going to spin you around 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4. Angela Baker. Lunch with Steve. That's firmly Lunch with Steve. We're going to put you in that spin, Miss Angela Baker for Lunch with Steve. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I know I'm out of time, but I'm going to go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, Josie Frodge, another woman. Josie, this is crazy. All right, what's in store for Josie? Let's spin this bad boy away. Here we go. 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4. Josie, you are going to get Lunch with Steve. Man, that pile is getting bigger. You might have to have 3 Lunch with Steve. That's a lot. Lunch with Steve. I'm going to have to pair that bag maybe. I'm going to have about 3 of them. Hey, we finally got a guy. Finally. This young man, by the way, God, he's probably bought 3 or 4 cars from me. What can I say about this guy? I know this guy well. He's such a good guy. Marcos Sandoval. Give it up for Marcos Sandoval! Okay, Marcos, you are going to lead the... And I'm not done. I'm going to go back and... I'm way out of time, but it's okay. We're going to go... I'm going to grab some more names. Don't you dare go away. Yenny, sit back down. Yenny, sit down. Mary Carey, sit down. You won last week, too. Lisa Rogers is here. Congratulations, Lisa. John, I want to pull your name, too. All right, so I'm not done. Here we go. This is going to be for Marcos Sandoval. Spin. 1 time, 2 time, 3 times, 4. Marcos! You got Lunch with Steve, too, buddy. That's pretty good, too. Wow, we're going to have a lot of lunches with Steve. I'm going to reach back in here. I'm not done yet. I'm not done. I don't feel like I'm done. I just don't feel like I'm done. Here we go. You guys, I'm not done. We're still spinning. Here we go. Here's another one. Josephine Galvani. Okay, another woman. All right, Josephine, what's in store for Josephine? Spin that bad boy. Here we go, round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This thing's starting to get a little wobbly. And we're going to do 150 bucks. I'm going to give her 150 bucks. That's right there. It's $150 for Josephine. That's good. I want to give some money away. Next up, John Hoffman. John Hoffman. Good job, John. You're up here. Let's go, John. What's John going to win today? Let's spin that bad boy around. Come on, John. Give me something big here. Is that $1,000? No. There's another. It's a rimmer. Is that a rimmer? Hey, did we get an answer from, I had a question. Candy, are we having lunch, babe, or am I sending you a check? What's it gonna be? All right, John Hoffman. Was that John Hoffman? No, Josephine. Boy, I'm going to spin that again. That's right on the rim. Come on. One more time. This was the last person, Josephine. And she... Uh-oh. Oh, no! The roof is caving in. God, it's on the same doggone... What are the odds of that on the same spot again? The odds are like JB showing up here or something today. All right, one more time. This is ridiculous. Absolutely absurd. That's definitely Lunch with Steve. Okay, wow, that Lunch with Steve pile is getting bigger and bigger. All right, good. Polar Pop. I don't know who you are, Polar Pop, but congratulations and welcome into the new Steve Henry Show. Yeah, look at this. Is this not cool? This is a pumpkin patch, loved ones. Cream. I got blood. I got everything going on here. All right. Let's go back here. Polar Pop. Who is Polar Pop? Polar Pop, you're in, Bob. Here you go, Polar Pop. PPP, Polar Pop. You are going to win today. Got another Lunch with Steve. Wow, we are lunching. Where do you live, Polar Pop? That'd be cool. All right, here's the last one. Lisa Rogers out of the studio. I don't know where you're at, Lisa. You travel a lot. You could be in Michigan. You could be in Tennessee. I'm not sure where. You've won a lot on the show. Lisa Rogers. Here we go. All right, here we go, Lisa. What have you won? Around we go. And it's not going to be Lunch with Steve. Give me something different. Give me some money. I want some money. Oh, my God. Lunch with Steve. Jesus, that's terrible. All right. Yeah, we're gonna change the Lunch with Steve a little bit. Maybe just put 1 in there. But that's cool, because let me tell you about what Lunch with Steve is. We had 2 last year for an Exodus project, and I literally flew to Seattle. I actually ended up staying for dinner. We had lunch and dinner. We had so much fun. Lunch with Steve turned into be lunch with dinner. I had to spend the night. I missed my flight, and it was so much fun. They invited, we had like 3 or 4 people for lunch, but we had so much fun. We got to talking, and it ended up being about 15 people for dinner. So that's how Lunch with Steve could formulate, and I'm telling you, that really did happen. All right, loved ones, next week on the show, we're going to continue part 2. It's the pumpkin series, along with Halloween. We're going to bring the clown. Yes, right, IT will be here. JB, where are you? I love you guys. I'll see you next week on the new Steve Henry Show.